For you, I
You guys
was a
don't respect me
flame.
enough. Do you know why? I've stopped everyone from coming into this room because I'm doing watch out for you guys.
We're literally
But I
kissing.
stopped everyone from coming into
Well,
this room.
thank you, because we've kissed.
Enjoy
So
your
let him come
time.
in.
Love, it gives a lose
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! What happened here?
Oh, I dropped my cider.
It's okay. Oh shit! Sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't worry.
One moment.
So it's day 33, eviction Friday. Somebody's going home. We already know who it is, but you know. Raph and Isabel are in the exile bedroom, the dungeon bedroom, and they're talking about family dynamics in the house or something. And Raph is saying how there's two families. One family is him, Isabel, Chanel, Andrew, and Sam. And the other family is Joe, Tom, Kieran, Charlotte, and Ellie. And how, like, the two most influential people from each family, Chanel is, like, on that side. And then on the other side is Joe, and, like, how they've come together or something. And then fucking the single parents from each side are Deborah from their side and then Kieran from the other side. And then, like, if you want to get into the other family, you have to date them. And that's what Sam and Ellie are trying to do with each other or something, whatever. I don't know. Then we see Kieran, and he's talking about somebody has apparently put bottles into Kieran's bed, like under his sheets, and he doesn't know who it is. There's these like empty wine bottles and empty water bottles in his bed. He doesn't know who done it, but he goes out and he's talking to everyone, and he's like, I know it's like one of four people, and I'm thinking the four people are either Chanel, Isabel, Andrew, I guess, and then like Raph, because guilty of association, right? So like it had to be one of those four. I'm thinking. I had no idea who it was. I thought for sure it was Chanel. So we still don't know. We don't know who done it. So then we see Kieran, and he's in the kitchen with Deborah, and they're chopping up vegetables. She's making carrots, and he's chopping up broccoli or some shit. And he's teasing her about how he and he's teasing her about how she fancies him and how she likes him or something. And she was like, you were the one who said you find me most attractive. And he was like, I don't mean physically, I mean like mentally, which is like, that's better. Isn't that better? Wouldn't you like rather have a guy say that they like your like your brain more than they like your body? So that way, like if you get fat and gross, they could still like be attracted to your brain. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather have a guy tell me that he likes me my mentally better than he likes my body. But that's just me. Then Simone is in the diary room talking about the prank. So she was the one, she confessed to Big Brother that she was the one who put the bottles in Kieran's bed. Big Brother's like, you know, this diary room is like a very safe place, and Big Brother is very good at keeping secrets. Really? Are you, Big Brother? So she's like, I did it. It was me. I did it. Ha ha ha. Like, it was an innocent prank. That's all it was supposed to be. So then we get to Isabel's secret mission of the day, and she has to do 3 things in order to win back her tanning products that were taken away from her when the house got punished a couple of days ago. So the first thing she has to do is she has to make a fake apology. So she goes and finds Chanel, and she's like, Chanel, like, was that your toothbrush? Was that your toothbrush in the bathroom? Like, my bad, I used it. I'm sorry. Chanel's like, whatever. She doesn't care. The second thing she has to do is she has to make a fake romance. So she goes in the kitchen and she gives Kieran a compliment about like, ooh, I like men who could cook or something like that. So that was her fake flirting, her fake romance. And then the last thing she has to do is she has to fake cry. She has to make fake tears and fake being sad. And she has to find a shoulder to fake cry on. So she goes to Hannah at first, and she's like trying, she's sitting in the bedroom and she's like trying to make these tears come out, but nothing is coming out. Finally she finds Hannah and she like starts crying about I forgot what she was, like family or something. So she goes in the diary room, she passed the task, and the big brother is like, to your left is this big ass thing, here, take that, and that's your prize. It was this huge orange, like a literal, not a real orange, but like this huge foam orange, and it had like all these tanning products and stuff in it, and she like for real started crying then. So then later, Chanel, Isabel, and Simone are all in the garden, and they're all like laying out and tanning and stuff. And Chanel and Isabel are like convinced that Simone was the one who put the bottles in Kieran's bed. They're not even questioning that it was someone else. They are for sure, 100% without a doubt, they know it was Isabel. I don't know how they got to that conclusion. I mean, they're right, but I want to know how did they get there? Like, how do they know it was Isabel? So they know without a doubt it was Isabel. They keep like asking her, was it you? And she keeps denying it. She's like, no, it wasn't me. It was probably Kieran. He probably did it himself. And they're like, whatever, it was you. She's like, no, it's not. But it would be a good prank if someone were to go and piss in a can and leave it on the side of someone's bed or something like that. And they all laugh. They all giggle. They're like, ha ha ha, whatever. Then there's like a quick scene where Simone is helping Sue put on this like corset thing, and Sue's boobs are like huge. They're like so fucking big. I never noticed that they were that big before, but Simone is like putting this corset on. She's like zipping her up or whatever, and her boobs are like literal like balls, like fucking dodgeballs on her chest. Like, they're huge. Then Chanel, she goes in the diary room and she's talking about Sue and Simone. About Sue, she said that she basically talks too much. You can ask her like one question and she'll tell you a whole fucking biography and autobiography. She says it's always with her I, me. She's very egocentric. And with Simone, Chanel says that Simone is a shit stirrer, which I think Sue is the real shit stirrer. But she thinks that Simone is the shit stirrer. She listens to people's conversations. Then she goes back and she runs to Sue and tells everybody what everybody was saying about each other. Then we get to the eviction. Joe gets evicted. Tom cries. That's about all we see about the reactions. I guess no one cares that Joe just got evicted. Hannah, to celebrate Joe, she like starts getting drunk because Hannah doesn't drink, and she like gets this rosé, which I think is wine. I think it is wine. She gets this rosé and she like starts taking some shots or whatever. But she was fine. Nothing happened. Then Simone and Isabel in the kitchen, and they're making drinks, and they're talking about Andrew. Simone says that Andrew has like an annoying laugh, which he kind of does. And then she says like he never used to laugh like that, as if she has known Andrew for a great deal of time, which I don't think she has, but she's like implying that Andrew is like fake or something. I don't know. So then Isabel goes and she tells Chanel, and Chanel's like, oh my god, she told me the same thing the other day. That's weird. So they both go and they tell Andrew, and Andrew gets all mad and pissy. And apparently Simone also was saying that like it's a good thing that Charlotte didn't get evicted. Otherwise Andrew would be all alone in the house. He would have no friends. Simone is just talking shit to all these people, and they're all going and they're all telling the person who she's talking shit about. So then Chanel and her gang, they walk over to the smoking section, and then Chanel, she's telling everyone to like open your eyes, watch out for Simone, like y'all need to have your eyes open for her. And then Simone walks out like right as Chanel was saying that, and Simone's like, what did you mean by that, open your eyes? She was like, if you got a problem with me, you can come say it. And Chanel's like, don't come for me, Simone. Don't come for me. And then Andrew tries to say something and he gets involved. Simone starts being passive aggressive. She's like, I understand where you're coming from, babe. I understand where you're coming. She starts saying babe after everything, and like baby and like honey and stuff after everything. She's like, I understand where you're coming from, babe. Chanel's like, don't be patronizing. She's like, I'm not being patronizing. I'm just being me. I'm just being nice. The full time she's being super fucking passive aggressive. She wasn't being patronizing, she was being passive aggressive. Chanel's like, whatever. Then Andrew walks away and he's like, there's being nice and then there's being phony. Simone, she's still going on. She's like, shout at me, that's fine, I don't care. Smack me in the face, I don't care, I'll take it. I don't care. Chanel's like, why are you trying to provoke me? Like, why would you tell me to smack you in the fucking face? So then the whole house is outside and they're all talking about Simone. Chanel tells them about what she said about smacking her, and Ellie was like, wow, that sounds like me talking about smack me, hit me. Then Chanel, she goes and she tells everyone about the joke that Simone had made earlier about pissing in the can or whatever. That was a complete fucking joke, and they all laughed at the time. And then Sue fucking gets involved, and she's like, "Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Is that what she said? Like, are you sure?" Like, so grossed out at this joke that Simone made. Like, are you sure she said that? Why have I been so fooled by Simone? I can't believe she's that type of person. Sue is a fucking shit stirrer. Chanel said that Simone was a shit stirrer, but Sue is the real fucking shit stirrer. Shit stirrer. So Simone's in the kitchen and she makes a comment. I think Isabel's in there and she's like, for someone who's been bullied, she sure has a weird way of showing it or something like that. And then Isabel, she goes and tells Chanel, and Chanel, she goes and she confronts Simone, and Simone's like, look, I don't want to talk to you right now. She's like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't want to talk to you right now. Chanel's like, well, don't start with me and then fucking play the victim right after. She's like, I'm not doing that. She's like, yeah, you are. Simone's like, well, you shot a shoddy remark talking about keep your eye out for me or whatever in the garden. She was like, why did you say that? And she's like, I have a 10-year-old daughter at home. I have a 5-year-old daughter or whatever at home. She was like, well, bitch, I got a grandpa with dementia back at home. I got a grandma who I'm taking care of. We both have people who, we're taking care of on the outside. And then Sue comes inside and she's like, did you say that you were going to piss in a cup and leave it on the side of someone's bed? And Simone's like, no. And she's like, I swear. She puts her hands up and she swears. She did say it, but it was like in a fucking, just a joke that like, who cares? They're all getting so fucking mad at Simone. They're all ganging up on Simone. So then Sue goes back into her bedroom, and that's the same bedroom with Chanel and all them in it. And Sue's getting them all worked up again, getting Chanel all mad again, And Raph's thinking what I'm thinking, which is, you think Simone is really that fucking calculated to be doing all this, to be like trying to stir shit up that bad? You think Simone is that fucking smart? Chanel's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't think she is. So then, I guess the fight has settled or whatever. Isabel and Raph are in the bedroom, and they're talking about the boys in the house and who's the cutest. Isabel says that Kieran is, like, the sexiest guy in the house, which I agree. And then Raph says that he thinks that Tom is the most attractive guy in the house over Kieran. Over Andrew. Like, Tom? I don't understand. And then Isabel says that Kieran is submissive in bed. And after that, who was it? Charlotte? I think it was Charlotte and Andrew out in the garden, and Raph comes and he gives both of them flowers, like wrapped in cellophane, like as if he just went to the store and bought them. I don't know where he got those flowers from, but they had like the cellophane around it, like wrapped in plastic. And he gives Charlotte one and he gives Andrew one, and Andrew's like, Raph, give me a hug, Raph, give me a hug. Day 34, Saturday. So Chanel wakes up, and she, like, goes over to the, Rose Cottage bedroom. That's where the bedroom where Simone is, and she's, like, peeping through the window, knocking on the glass, like, being real fucking weird, talking about, you tried to come for me last night, did you? I'll show you. Like, being real fucking weird. She goes in there, wakes everyone up. She's like, today we're going to have positive vibes, and we're going to be love, and it's going to be peace and harmony and all this shit. Real fucking weird. So then we get to the task, and this was my favorite task of the season so far. I think this is the first ever Miss BB UK Queen pageant thing that they've ever done, like a beauty pageant in the house. So the audience has chosen Chanel, Ellie, and Deborah all to compete for the crown of BB UK Queen. All three girls look amazing. They all look better than they ever have ever. They all look so good. And the judges are Sue, Kieran, and Hannah. Kieran looks like a porn star. He looks like a guy from the Men at Play movies, like in his little suit and stuff. So the first category of the pageant is called Catwalk. They're looking for the perfect pageant catwalk. Chanel walks first. Sue gives her an 8. Then Ellie goes. Hannah gives her an 8. And then Deborah goes, and Kira gives her an 8.5. The second part of the pageant is the Q&A segment, the question and answer segment. Sue asked them, if you were to be crowned, how would you like change the world or whatever? Chanel's like, I don't think me being crowned is gonna change the world, but you know, I would recycle. People don't really recycle that much in the house, and I wouldn't fart as much because that like pollutes the ozone layer. She keeps saying that pollutes the ozone layer, and she's like, don't put other people down. We need to give compliments. The next person that goes is Ellie, and Hannah asks her, what are you most passionate about in the house? And she said she's most passionate about the days when everybody is like getting along and everyone's having fun with each other and it's all lighthearted and stuff. And Kieran asks Deborah, if you win this, how will winning this have an impact like on your life or whatever? And she was like, well, you know, I don't usually do things like this. This is out of my comfort zone. So winning this will have a huge impact on my life. It'll make me like a little bit more confident in myself and all that kind of stuff. So then the final round of the pageant is the talent portion of the pageant. Chanel sings a beautiful song called Manchester, and she dances her own original dance. Uh, Sue gives it a 6. And Sue was like trying to explain, like she was like, it's supposed to be a hidden talent. And before she could even finish her sentence, Chanel was like, I'm an open book, like yelling at the fucking. You don't yell at the judge. So Kieran gives her a 5. He said her outfit was not suited for dancing because her boobs and shit kept popping up. And she storms off the stage and she's like, I don't want to listen to this. You can fucking shove your crown up your ass. I don't want it anyway. So Chanel fucking lost, okay? Chanel loses. And then Ellie, she goes up there and her talent is that she can fucking twirl a ribbon around and she's just standing up there just like twirling this ribbon around. She looks fucking so stupid. It's like to this classical music. It's ridiculous. Sue gives her a 7.5. Chanel is all mad. She's off to the side talking shit because she's mad. Kieran gave her a 7 and Hannah gave her a 7. And then Deborah's talent was basically a motivational speech. She gives a speech about how, you know, when she was a young girl, she was a real naughty girl and like she messed around and got pregnant. But she still continued school. She was like 8 months pregnant and she was like still in class doing her exams. Everyone around her told her that she wasn't going to be able to do it, but she did it anyway. And she was like, can't is not a word I believe in. I believe in can, and if you believe you can do anything you want to or whatever. It was like a great message. And she wins. Deborah wins. BBUK queen. Ellie comes runner up, and Chanel obviously loses because she fucking cussed the judges out. Hannah comes and she's about to crown her sister Deborah as the queen, and then Chanel comes and she like snatches the crown and she runs off into the crowd and it's a whole mess. And they're all laughing. It's all fun. Whatever. Then after the pageant, Chanel, she goes in the bedroom and she starts fucking crying and stuff and complaining because she was like, nobody was rooting for me. Nobody was cheering for me. Like Tom and Sam were booing me and stuff. And it was like, Chanel, you were fucking cussing the judges out. Like, that's why you lost. Duh. Sue was like, well, because, you know, Deborah and Ellie, they don't really do this. They're coming out of the comfort zone. You have so much confidence already, Chanel. Like, this is hard for them. Which I kind of understood. And Chanel was like crying. I was like, Chanel, girl, shut up. Like, you're doing too much. So then Deborah goes in the diary room and she's talking about how, you know, she won. She was like, I already have a crown right here. And she takes off her thing. She said it's called a gale or something. And she was like, this is a traditional Nigerian crown. But now I have the Big Brother crown. Hey, this is what's up. She was like, I even shake my bum bum down the runway. I shake it to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. She was like, Kieran was staring at my bum bum, but I told him, do not look at my bum bum. So then Chanel is in the bedroom and she's fucking still talking about Simone. Oh my god, why are we still talking about Simone? Still talking shit about Simone. I forgot what she was saying, but like Simone could hear her in the living room. Hear her talking shit about her. So Simone goes in the bedroom and they like start talking at each other. They're not necessarily yelling at each other, but they're just like going back and forth. Sue was trying to like moderate the fucking argument, but nobody was listening to Sue. Sue is so fucking annoying. She's so pointless. Like, Sue, shut up. Simone, you know, she's still going on. She's like, why are you telling everyone, Chanel? Why are you telling everyone that I'm gonna piss in a cup and leave it on the side of someone's bed? And she was like, well, that's what you said. And she's like, that's not what I said. That is what she said, but again, it was a fucking joke. Okay, it was a joke. Then Simone tries to flip it around, and she was like, well, you also said that Andrew's laugh was fake or whatever, or was annoying or whatever. And Chanel was like, don't try to make me look two-faced, bitch. And then she's like, get out the room, get out the room, get out the room. And then Simone's like, no, like, what are you gonna do? Chanel's like, I'm not gonna do nothing, like, just get out the fucking room. Why are you guys trying to provoke me? Raph pushes Chanel into the bathroom. Simone leaves. Whatever. Then we cut to a scene with Chanel and Raph. They're laying in the bed. And Chanel is like trying to help Raph stretch, but it doesn't really look like Raph needs that much help stretching because Raph is quite limber. In fact, he can put his whole fucking foot behind his head. Good to know. Then, you know, there's a moment between Simone and Hannah. Simone, she goes and finds Hannah, and she like takes her privately in the bedroom, and she tells her like 11 years ago she was locked up. She was in prison for fighting someone. Even though on Bosch they said it happened in 2009. And 2009 was not 11 years ago. 2009 was like 9 years ago. So... Or 8 years ago. 2009 was 8 years ago. Yeah. So I don't know where she got 11 years ago, but anyway, who's counting? She said that, yeah, she had been in prison for fighting someone, and, you know, Hannah is just like, you know what, it's not a big deal, calm down. Simone's like actually crying tears. Hannah's like, it's not a big deal, you're here now, you're in the Big Brother house now. You know, people change, you're not that kind of person anymore. And you know what, where I come from, there are people who have been in your situations just like that, and you can be an example to those kind of people to show that, you know, you can do anything, you can overcome anything, you can start from here and end up in a different spot or whatever. It was a nice message. It was a nice moment from Hannah. So then the whole house is outside. You know, Big Brother makes them play Truth or Dare from time to time. Somehow Simone got dared to run around the house with a piece of bread shoved up her ass crack and to like quack like a duck or whatever and to like run around. So she does it. She gets the bread. She takes her pants off, puts the bread in, runs around fucking acting dumb. Whatever. It gets to Raph, Truth or Dare, and then Sue, you know, asks Raph Truth or Dare. He says Truth. She asks him, would you ever consider dating any person in this house for like even a split second? Would you ever consider it? And he was like, no. No hesitation, just straight no. Andrew looks like his whole fucking world ended. He looks crushed. Then Chanel dares Sam to kiss Kieran. So they have this like multiple kiss. It was cringy. It wasn't hot. It was cringy and weird. Then they like get up and run inside together. I thought they were going to go make out some more, but they like just went to go get some more beers. Then Chanel goes in the diary room and she's talking about how fake Sue is, and like 1 minute she's on my side, and the next she's on her side. But the thing with Sue is not loyal to anybody. She'll go talk shit to Chanel about Simone, and then she'll go to Simone and talk shit about Chanel. You know what I mean? She like isn't loyal to anybody. She's not loyal to the new people or the old housemates, the new housemates. Sue just fucking stirs shit up wherever she just goes. She doesn't give a fuck. Simone is all alone in the hot tub. Everyone is inside. She like has this fucking see-through bra on at this point. Her whole nipples are like popping out, coming out. And then Simone, again, Simone, this whole fucking episode was about Simone. I moan about Simone. She's in the kitchen making a baked potato, I think. It was a baked potato. She's all drunk. She's drunk as fuck, making a baked potato. Then she like comes stumbling out the kitchen, and she walks around the couch, and on the couch are Andrew and Charlotte, and they're just sitting there. And, you know, she's stumbling around, and then Andrew makes a comment. He goes, "It must be hard being so drunk," or something like that. "It must be hard being so drunk." And then Simone keeps walking, and she's like, "Wait, what?" And she turns around, she's like, "What did you say?" And he's like, "It must be hard being so drunk." She's like, "It is, it is." And then she keeps walking. And then she turns around again, and then she's like, "What did you mean by that?" And then she, like, comes over, stumbles over, plops down right next to Andrew. Like, she's basically sitting on top of Andrew. She's like, there's no space in between. She's like sitting on Andrew. And she's like, "What did you mean by that?" He's like, "I just meant, you know, you look drunk and it must be hard walking around being so drunk," or whatever. He was talking shit. He didn't think she was going to hear him. Then they start talking shit to each other, again being very passive aggressive. Simone is very passive aggressive. Very passive aggressive. They start talking about money, and like, she was like, "At least I'm not here for the money," or whatever, like you are, or something to Andrew. And Andrew's like, "I'm not here for the money." And she's like, "Well, didn't you like say that you were gonna fucking be in every single tabloid and milk this as much as you could, all for the money," or something like that? And Andrew's like, "No, I never said that. Like, you're drunk. I can't believe you. I never said that." And then she's like, "Swear on your grandma's life then." And he like freaks out, and he's like, "This is when you like get too far." And he like stands up and he runs off to the diary room. He's like screaming. He's like, "No, no, 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 no. I don't deal with that. I can't deal with that," or whatever. He never swore. He never swore in his grandma's life. So did he say that? I don't know. Is she making shit up? I don't know. But it seemed pretty believable to me. So he goes in the diary room and he's like, "I don't like her. She's dangerous. She's fucking vile. I don't like her. I'm going home. Nah, 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 nah." And honestly, this is how I feel about it.
He tried to take the piss out of me because I was drunk.
Let's
It's his own fault.
True shit. Like, if you shouldn't have, you thought she was going to be drunk and she wasn't going to hear you and that you was going to say some slick shit out the side of your mouth. But she fucking heard you and she came for you, and now look where you are in the diary room crying like a little bitch. Day 35. Everyone is still talking about Simone. Isabel and Andrew are talking about Simone in the bathroom. Chanel's talking about Simone in the bathroom. Everyone fucking hates Simone except for Hannah. Because, you know, Hannah, remember, Hannah was the one who she shared that intimate moment with about her, you know, deepest, darkest secret about being in prison and shit. Yeah, like I said, Chanel is still talking about Simone about last night. Raph uses this as an opportunity to once again kiss up to Chanel and kiss her ass and tell her how much he means to her and blah, blah, blah. So we get to, you know, the first day of a two-part task, dealing with temptation and dealing with power, like power in the house, like literal electricity. The power. The more temptation they take, the more power they'll get sucked away from the house or whatever. If they take too much temptation, then they fail the task. They won't have any power or something, I guess. I don't fucking know. So the first person to go into the room of temptation is Chanel. And her grandma's but like behind this glass or whatever. And if she pulls on this cord, it'll start taking energy away. Obviously, the longer she talks to her grandma, the more energy it takes away. If everybody just takes away a whole bunch of energy, then they fail the task. So they have to like be diligent with their like energy and with their time and stuff. So she sees her grandma. She immediately pulls on the string and she starts asking about her rabbits, which I thought was really cute. She asks about how are the rabbits and stuff. Her grandma's like, "They're fine. Just keep strong. You know, stop peeing in the pool. Stop swearing so much." Raph goes next, and he has a video message from his sister, Sophie. He pulls it immediately too, and she just tells him, you know, "You're the queen of the house. Rule it. Keep being strong. You're doing amazing. Blah, blah, blah. You better win because you owe me a vacation." And Raph, you know, he's crying, and he goes over and he hugs the TV. Then Tom goes, and he gets a phone call from Paris, his girlfriend. Why is he getting a phone call from Paris, his girlfriend, if his girlfriend is going in the house? Which, I don't know if his girlfriend is still going in the house. I've been watching Box, and they have not brought it up since Emma brought it up on Friday. I don't know if she still is going in the house. It just seemed weird. Like, if she's going in the house, why give him an opportunity to waste everybody else's time and power on this phone call if she's just going to go in the house or whatever? So, Yeah. Then he comes out and he goes in the bedroom and he's like crying and like the whole house goes in. They're like, oh my God, what you say? Blah, blah, blah. Like, how was it? And then Simone goes, you took about half of the power down, didn't you? Like, just trying to like, I don't know if she's trying to be smart ass or if she's just like making small talk, but she's like, yeah, you took about half of the power down, didn't you? And they all get mad and they're like, oh, it's okay. And they all like leave at the same fucking time.
Not that much of it.
Yeah.
Nearly half in it.
We don't give a
They
fuck.
don't give a shit about that, you know.
We don't
Come on,
care.
we don't do that.
Brings that top
Yeah,
out.
man. Oh,
Take as much as a bubble you want.
Everybody hates Simone. Then Hannah goes next, and it's her sister, Mary, in the room. She pulls the cord immediately. They're all pulling the cord. Nobody's like even trying to hesitate to even maybe think about it. They're all pulling the cord, wasting all the fucking energy thing. Her sister, she tells her, you know, basically listen to Deborah, watch Deborah, like, you know, watch out for your sister, and tell Deborah to let her guard down around Kieran. He's a lovely guy. Mom likes him. And stick with Raph and Chanel. They got your back in the house. Stick with them. And then she goes and she tells the whole house about the Kieran thing, about, you know, her mom accepting Kieran and stuff. And Kieran's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. A way to regain power to the house. If everybody keeps pulling the fucking string, obviously all the power is gonna go. But a way that they can regain power is when they hear music, they run outside and have to like stand on this box and start dancing. And if they all get out there and they all start dancing, then that gives them more power to use to have longer conversations with their loved ones or whatever. So they play Give Me the Light and start the show. And they all run outside and they start dancing and twerking and doing the damn thing. So they got like this much power. They get like a tiny fucking amount of power back. Then the next person to go into the fucking room of temptation or whatever the fuck it's called is Simone. She gets a letter from her kids. She pulls the string. I mean, it was cute. It was a cute moment. She's crying. I say crying loosely in this episode. She's like crying or whatever. It was a cute moment. Then, you know, a little bit later, she goes outside and she makes up with Chanel. You know, she's like, a problem saved is a problem. I forgot what she says, but they make up. They're all good for now. Everyone's good. Then she goes over to Sue, Simone. She goes over to Sue and she's like, it was me. I did the bottles. I put the bottles in Kieran's bed. She confesses about the bottles. And she was like, you know what? The reason I didn't confess is because everyone made it a bigger fucking deal than it needed to be. Which is true. Like, nobody cornered Chanel and was like interrogating Chanel about when she threw the eggs all over the ground. Why is everyone coming for Simone about these bottles? And nothing, like, it was the most innocent prank in the world. It was not malicious. It was so dumb. Then they start doing some more shit with Sam and Ellie. I don't really know what's going on. They're mad at each other because Ellie is insecure because Sam, like, I guess looks at Isabel and that makes Ellie mad, or she's insecure as fuck. I don't fucking know. Then Sue starts talking about Ellie. She's like, she's putting on the waterworks. This whole thing is fake. They're in a showmance. There's a lot of molly coddling going on with Ellie. Everyone's trying to baby Ellie because she's a baby. Just talking shit about Ellie, which, I mean, it's all true. And then Sue starts talking shit about Chanel. She's like, she's talking to Raph. Like, you know Raph is going to go directly to fucking Chanel and say every word that you're talking about her. She's talking to Raph, and she's like, Chanel is insecure. The reason she got all this plastic surgery is because she's insecure, and, like, she says that she doesn't want people to look at her and to judge her. But in my opinion, getting all this plastic surgery, she kept saying enhancements, but I think she was trying to say plastic surgery. She was like, she keeps getting all this enhancements because she actually does want to be looked at, and Raph's like, I disagree, but he could not get a word in because fucking you can't talk to Sue. She talks at you, but you cannot talk back to Sue. And then Chanel, they need some fucking thicker walls in this house because everybody can hear everyone's fucking conversation all the time, like at any time. They can always hear each other's conversation. It doesn't matter where they are in the house. They can always hear exactly what everyone else is saying. So Chanel, she's in the bedroom and she can hear Sue talking shit about her. So she runs out there And she has a go at Sue, and she's like, why are you talking about me? Like, you don't know me. Why are you saying that I can't have a normal relationship with women, or that I can only have relationships with men? That's weird. What the fuck? It was weird. It was like, what? You're not, you're like, what? Why are you trying to, again, why are you analyzing everyone? You're not a fucking doctor. You're not a fucking psychiatrist, psychologist, psychiatric, whatever. You're fucking, just shut the fuck up. Why are you trying to size everyone up all the time? Especially Chanel. She like has something against Chanel, or some fascination with Chanel. It's like, it is weird. And then Hannah goes in there and she tries to calm Chanel down, but they just end up arguing, and then Chanel starts crying. That's basically the end of day 35. Not too many things happen. They're gonna continue the temptation task tonight. So we're gonna see, I guess we're gonna see Kieran's temptations, Andrew's temptations, Charlotte's temptations. Who else hasn't gone? Everyone who, I guess, who just hasn't gone, we're going to see their stuff tonight. Yeah, it's been a lot of Simone talk in the house. Kind of over it. It's weird because I think, because on paper, Simone and Chanel, you think they would be good friends, right? Because they both do not take themselves seriously. They're both a joke. They're both a laugh. They both enjoy pranks and doing pranks. So you think they would be good friends and like they would get along and be like best friends, but they're not getting along. Maybe it's because they're too similar. I don't know. We'll see how this all works out. Thank you for watching this video, but I do want to give like a huge thank you to Gaz and to Lindsay over at Big Brother Bile. Their podcast is fucking amazing. I listen every week. It's everything. Thanks for the shout out on Twitter. That was really nice. And yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.